So it turns out that giving your companions bows and crossbows does not assign them to the archer role, but giving them a horse does assign them to the cavalry role. So I've been giving all my non-combat companions horses, and I just sit them back, and I just use infantry pretty much. And once I get a lot of troops, I'll put my non-combat companions down at the end of the party. I think it's about time I start fighting other lords. Right now we're at war with Rhodoks, so they should be a good target to fight. So I'm just going to tell my cavalry to hold, so my non-combat companions do not get injured. These guys are surprisingly easier than the Sea Raiders. They have less armor, so I can mow them down really easily. But yeah, this definitely does seem easier than the Warband game. The parties are a lot smaller. King Ragnar has offered me Mara's castle, so I will accept that. Okay, nice. I did get the village associated with that castle automatically, so that's cool. Although this castle doesn't really seem that safe since it's in the middle of enemy territory, but let's go check it out. Okay, it seems like I'm going to lose my castle. They'll definitely take it, so that's unfortunate. Wow, fighting the Vigars is so much harder since they have horses. So much harder. Wow, so apparently looting does not affect your honor. I did lose 5 relationship with the lord who owns this, but comparing that to the amount of money I got, looting is definitely worth it. That'll definitely help me get better armor early on. I'm probably just going to keep looting villages for early game money. Oh, actually, you do lose relationship with the village, so I won't really be able to recruit troops from this village anymore. So it actually might not be worth it. I'm not sure. I definitely don't want to make it harder for me to get troops. So yeah, it's definitely a hard decision. Nice, level 23, let's go. Wow, they're so weak. Most of their attacks don't even do damage, and I'm playing on full damage to the player. I'm just carving through them pretty much. Okay guys, I just had a big revelation. So while it is dangerous to send your non-combat companions into fight, since if they get knocked out you can lose their party skill bonuses, I still think it's useful to do so sometimes, especially in the early game, because that's the fastest way to level them up. So I'm probably going to start training these guys up on bandits and maybe even some lord parties. I'm going to send them all in to train up, except for my companion with the first aid skill, because all my companions, except the companion with the first aid skill, can afford to get knocked out multiple times without going into the red. But if your companion with first aid gets knocked out, then whenever your other companions get knocked out, they'll instantly go into the red and you'll lose their party skills immediately. So I'm just going to have Behester level up from the trainer skill from my 2 combat companions and from my other 3 intelligence companions. I am getting trainer as a 3rd skill after I get my first 2 skills on the rest of them. I'm going to pick up this chipped heavy bastard sword because it has a very long reach. This should be useful for fighting on horseback. I'm having a really hard time making money, so to offset that I will be looting villages, but I'll only loot 1 village per faction since it lowers your relationship with the village. So for the Vagers, I'll target AI. Wow, I did not expect this. So I guess you collect taxes by visiting the fief, because I literally just clicked on it and I got the taxes. I did not know that at all. Let's see if it works for the castle as well. Wow, I did get some taxes. That's cool. I'm going to buy some rusty plate armor, and this will be a decent upgrade over what I currently have. And it looks quite nice as well, so definitely a nice pickup. And the heavy bastard sword that I got is definitely a huge upgrade. It seems like your weapons reach is a lot more important in the original game, especially if you're on horseback. I've noticed that since I started using this sword, it's been a lot easier to get hits on enemy horsemen just from the 7 extra reach that it has. Let's get some iron greaves. Looks like I'm the last one left, so I definitely need to be careful. Take out the archer first. Ooh, that's not good. Nice, the sword is really helping. Let's pick up a thick-winged great helm, and my character is looking extremely stacked now. I basically have all of the best in slot armor pieces and weapons. I just need to get the upgraded versions now. Let's pick up some Kurgan arrows, the best arrows in the game. So I have been using the Vigar horsemen, and they are really useful. They seem like the second best cavalry in the game, only behind the Swadian Knights. Alright, so I just defeated Lord Neelcha, and I'm actually not sure if I should be capturing these guys or letting them go, because if I do let them go, I do get honor. And I currently am at 31 honor, but I'm not really sure how useful honor is in the original game. In Warband, honor is really useful because it helps you to raise your relationship with honorable lords, which is valuable once you become a monarch. But since I can only beat the game as a vassal, not a monarch, I'm not really sure how useful the honor will be. I think it's time to try and conquer castles and beat the game. I know that this is really early into the series, but there really isn't much left to do. It might be useful if I grind up my levels a bit more, and maybe my companions a bit more as well, but I think I am ready. And on top of that, I am actually trying to make the series shorter. I think that my first 2 playthroughs with Native and the Gathering Storm were too long, so I'm going to try to edit these playthroughs down in the future to be a bit shorter and more concise.